Okay, I decided to make a video, hopefully, hoping that it'll clear up any other questions about what's on here. I know it needs a new one of these. It's pretty, corroded. But somebody was asking about certain things and why was something missing, and I think it's just that they couldn't see it. Okay, the boiler's off right now. It was all the way up to 220, and my bucket was full to the top. I do not believe that it came from the pressure release, because the water wasn't hot, it was cold. Well, warm, which I believe was coming from the pressure preventer valve. This is where all the water was leaking from. I have a hose connected to it going into a bucket. It's not leaking now because that valve is off, which comes from the well. There's another valve which allows the water to come up here and continue out through the house, so the house still has water. Okay, so I'm assuming all we have to change is this. I pray that's all we have to change. Now I want to add water to the system because I don't think there's enough. I do believe what you guys have written about steaming and the water evaporating too quickly, because there's not enough water in the system. So if I turn this back on, this will leak, but I'm willing to deal with it, hopefully while I turn this to fill the system back up, if that's how it's done. Because according to what I've read, when this is fully cold, which it still needs a little bit more to go, that I should be at 15 to 20. I've been at 10. Right before it started it was at 0, and I added water. But I probably did everything wrong. I probably didn't let the air out. I figured to let the air out you just had to do this, but I've been reading that there's a little bit more to it. There is a petcock at the very, very bottom down here that I could hook a hose to, but I don't think that is a part of what I need to do. Other than that, you have seen all the pictures of this and everything else. I have no idea why there's so many pipes. It's just a regular house. The only thing I can imagine was either they added the radiators later, or something blew up and they had to add all that. It was the easier way to do it. I don't know, but I know that these go to the radiators. I know that much. I don't know where this one goes, but it gets nice and hot with the hot water. It actually goes down into the floor in an angle which seems to come back towards the boiler, but it doesn't make sense since this one does the same thing. It angles down underneath the boiler at the bottom. I don't know anything about this. I can learn pretty quickly though. My tech is coming on Saturday, but we got one more day, and because I had to shut it off, we're not going to have any hot water, and I don't want to turn it back on unless I add water to it. So if anyone could help, based on what you've seen and what I've said as far as turning this valve back on, which of course leaks a little bit through here, but will allow me to pull this and put water back into the system, I guess until it gets to 15 on the PSI, and then I need to know how to get the air out. So if you've seen enough to help you figure out, to help me, great. If you don't, I still appreciate the fact that you guys looked and tried to help. Thank you.